Welcome everyone to my channel, the Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today I'm doing a collective reading for Twin Flames and or Lightworkers for this upcoming full moon in Scorpio, which is Saturday, May 18th, 2019. Today is Thursday, May 16th, but whenever you find this video, it just means you're meant to find the video at that time, as this reading is timeless. So getting into this full moon in Scorpio reading, we're going to start with the Oracle of the Mermaids deck. So the card for what's releasing is Soul Cage. See, it says rescue, escape from captivity, and restriction. And if you look at the card, look at all that darkness, but the mermaid's pushing him up to the light. And what I got for after this full moon in Scorpio, we got energy field adjustment. And if you look at the two cards, that's a huge difference. Look at all this darkness, but then look how we're coming into the light. And the card that came underneath energy field adjustment was divine sensuality. So, as maybe some of you know, Scorpio rules the 8th house of the zodiac, which deals with sex and also as death as well. So this as one of the themes does make sense. Also, this will kind of go into romantic partnerships, which we'll get into in just a moment. But this is the one that came strongest. So this is like an underlining theme, and it's not just sex and romantic passions. It could be passions for your divine work as well. Because also our sacral chakras, which rule creativity, also deal with sexuality. So they kind of are pretty interchangeable. Okay, so those we got to start off with. Okay, so since I did mention the romantic aspects, I did pull from the Romance Angels deck. So we got give your relationship a chance, but I pulled this for what do you need to release. So I did right away get that for a lot of people, this is about partnerships that don't serve you anymore. So if you are in karmic partnerships or, you know, have these karmic connections in your life that no longer serve you, it's time to, you know, walk away. If it's not a healthy relationship, if it's not a balanced relationship, you can even see in the deck, like in the card itself, like look how he's looking at her and she's just looking away. So if you're in a relationship like this, you have to, you know, think or reflect on, is this someone you want to continue pursuing a relationship with? Because in some cases, it could be a karmic partner, which is ultimately for our soul's growth. They're not someone, you know, we actually want to stick in a lasting partnership with. You know, and for some people, I mean, if it is a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection, it could just be a matter of, you know, maybe fears getting in the way, because fear and love are on opposite sides. They're opposite vibrations. So even if you do have a soul connection with someone, but if that person's fearing the connection, then it's not going to work. So not that it can't work at a later date, but, you know, this card is kind of showing for a lot of people, maybe it's time, you know, to walk away and let go and see what happens. Because ultimately, I read this quote one time and it says, you can't lose what is yours by divine right. So if there's someone that's really meant for you and it's just not working now, they'll come back to you. So this is for a lot of people, but it's not for everyone. I mean, obviously this is a collective reading, so everyone will differ. For those of you who are in relationships and you want to make them work, it might just be a way of going about your relationship in a different way. If you've been having problems, you know, maybe, you know, seeing things from a different perspective because what you're doing isn't working. Also, to bring another quote, there's a quote, it's like, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always done, pretty much. So if it is someone that you feel, you know, is worth fighting it out for and working on your relationship with, then it just might be of trying to work on your relationship in a different way to give it a chance for it to be a healthy connection relationship. And then also there might be some people, you know, whether it's the other person or whether it's you yourself who's watching, that maybe you weren't the one who gave it a chance before and they were the one who put everything into the connection, and now you're looking at them being like, oh, I'm ready, and the other person is maybe, I don't know, kind of like whatever. And maybe, you know, or maybe you just feel it's going to be that way if you reach out to them because you're like, oh, I messed up. But I was hearing like, oh, I'm a changed man. And again, this could be, I'm a changed woman. But so for some of you, it could be that scenario as well. So just take what resonates. Obviously, if you're someone who's single right now, you're not dating anyone, you're like, no, I've already gone through all that, then you don't have to worry about clearing that. But this was something to release. So, and then what we got for underneath is what's coming in after the new moon is new love. So for those of you who have been, you know, maybe stuck in a bad relationship for whatever reason, or it is showing that new love is coming in. Or for those of you who are, you know, giving a relationship a chance and trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to go about things a different way, this is maybe showing that renewed love within your current partnership. So know that if you do your work, and you know, you work on what needs to be, and again, relationships, you know, it can't be all one-sided, which is part of what I got for the first card. But know if you do your work and do what's right for you, you will have new love coming in. And again, this timing could be different for everyone, but obviously if you're in a relationship, you can't, you know, bring in a new relationship while you're still with that person. And I guess, yeah, people do that, but that's, you know, not to bring judgment, but obviously that's, you know, if you want to do things the right way in the sense of, oh, I want to put, you know, the past behind me, what doesn't serve me, and then you're able to have the new person come in, the new love. You want to start on the right foot, because another thing that came up in this reading a lot was about balance, and it was also about clearing away the past and starting on solid ground. So obviously, if you're in a relationship and you're waiting for someone new to come in, you're also not, you know, you're fearing, oh, what if I'll be alone? And we don't want that. We want to, you know, love ourselves enough to be like, oh, I'm fine with me until the right counterpart comes in, right? All right, so getting into the magical messages from the fairies. So where the collective is at currently, we got patience, please. So what I was getting from this card is that I've been feeling, and I think a lot of people have been feeling, this energy of excitement, that we know that things are changing, that good things are coming to us, but we're kind of questioning when, or, you know, we're ready to move on. We're ready to get on with things. And it's saying that, you know, just be patient, let things come in our divine timing. You know, we don't want to rush ahead with anything because it could be not the right opportunity for us or the right person for us. So it's just kind of telling us to have patience. It's interesting because even with starting this channel, I originally did this reading on Monday and I was having a lot of technical difficulties. And I was like, no, I just want to get this going, because even when on the new moon in Taurus, I intended to start this and again was having issues filming. So I couldn't start, and it's just like, why is this, you know, taking forever? I want to get on with this. I want to do this. I feel guided to this, because even though I've read cards for, let's see, maybe 13, 14 years, and I don't really read privates, or I haven't read privates in a while, but I do events. I kind of was now guided back to, oh, I should do private readings again. I should do this YouTube channel. So it was something that, even though it's been with me for a while, this is kind of a new path for me in the sense of doing this channel and opening up to doing one-on-one readings from, you know, wherever, you know, whoever feels called to me, whether, you know, they're in my city, they're in my state, or in the country, or outside the country, wherever. So this Patience Please card definitely resonated for me. So with the full moon in Scorpio, we got the Let Go card, which is perfect because the full moons are a time of releasing and clearing, and this is a theme of what we need to let go and release, because if we are holding on to anything that doesn't serve us, we can't be open to the new. So Let Go was the perfect card to come up for that. So after the full moon, we got Easy Does It. So I think this is about, once we have kind of released or we've been doing our work, we do need to allow ourselves time for like self-care. I mean, if the energies are strong, you know, if we're going through a lot, we need to have that downtime, that rest, relaxation, recuperation. So if you feel like you've been going at it too hard and you've been busy, you do need time to like give yourself a break. Which leads me into my next cards. Well, first, for the full moon, I did get from the Moonology deck, time for healing and take time to breathe out. So if you are feeling the energy strongly, you need to take a time out for yourself, you need to take a break, you need to rest, that's perfectly fine. Have that love and compassion for yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I need to go and be productive, I have this to do, I have that to do. Allow yourself that time. Okay. And for what comes in after the full moon in Scorpio was a new romantic cycle begins. So again, romance is another theme here. So again, and first, you know, we need to clear and release whatever isn't serving us. So again, going back to any partnerships that no longer serve your highest path and purpose, you know, any toxic relationships. Again, this will vary. And for, you know, some people who aren't in toxic relationships, like again, like I said about if you're in a relationship, maybe there's things you need to clear, you need to look from a different perspective. Or if you're single, this is just maybe about if there's any beliefs or anything from the past that's still hurting you, letting them go so you can be ready for this new beginning. Okay, and two other cards that fell out that wanted to come out, which actually came up in the new moon in Taurus reading that I didn't get to post a couple weeks ago, was balance, spirituality, and practicality, and then it's time to release negativity, which is actually the full moon in Scorpio card. So it was already coming in before this full moon in Scorpio was set to happen. So this, you know, this is one of the cards that was coming through for balance for us, and then also about releasing. Okay, so let's see where I'm drawn to next. Okay, so we're going to look at the Gilded Tarot. So I pulled cards for the collective energy for this full moon. So the Seven of Swords came out first. So what I was getting from this card is, look how he has only so much room in his hands for so many swords, and there's some that he's leaving behind. It's kind of that sense of some people feeling, oh, I need to still hold on to all this. You know, do I need to go back to this or go back to that? And it's saying, no, you don't have that much room and space in your life or anymore for what isn't needed. So it's kind of about showing, yeah, you know, we have some releasing to do. Leave behind what you can't carry anymore. Leave what, you know, drop those burdens, drop what doesn't serve you, so you can move on to this Ace of Pentacles. You know, aces are always about new beginnings. And Pentacle energy, it's like Earth energy, so that's very stable, very grounded. You know, Pentacles represent money, you know, financial abundance, but it doesn't have to just be that. I mean, I think this is about like a stable new beginning. So that doesn't have to just be about finances and work. It could be about your life in general. So, but again, you have to release. And then after that was the Wheel of Fortune. So it is showing, you know, this the wheel turning in your favor, but you have to, you know, get out of your own way and allow not just fate to do its working, but you have to like do your work and with free will make that choice to carry on with this new beginning, to get what you're wanting. And it's funny because one card I did pull for today from the Mystical Wisdom deck was actually choices, make the best choices. So ultimately, anything that is here in this reading, it is ultimately based on your free will choice. And, you know, do you want to release? Do you want to let go? Do you want to move on to your bright new future? Or do you want to stay stuck where you are? You know, because it's comfortable. So this is really showing, it's really up to you. You know, so this reading, I could tell you, oh, this will come or that will come. But you still have to do your part. You know, the universe could only do so much. Okay. Not to sound harsh or anything, it's just, you know, I'm just Trying to help you all out. So next with the Guild of Tarot is what the collective energy where we'll be after this full moon. So the Three of Cups came out right away. So this is a card of celebration and, you know, joy. It's friends, you know, weddings, get-togethers. So it is showing like this happy time, this celebration, this victory after kind of getting through what doesn't serve you. And after that, we did get the Nine of Wands and Hanged Man. So what I was getting from this is, again, about having that break after. But sometimes, you know, breaks are good things too. You know, I know sometimes we want to move ahead, but sometimes we just need to allow ourselves to sit with things and give ourselves time to rest and reflect. And, you know, we do have a few planets in retrograde right now, which is all about, you know, replanning, reassessing, kind of going over things from the past, you know, to be able to move forward. And with the Nine of Wands, it's showing that, you know, like we're almost there, like, you know, we're doing all this work, you know, it's like we're getting more and more. I'm hearing clarity and like about getting grounding. And, you know, after the Nine of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands, and Tens are always the endings, you know, of a cycle. So it is showing that we're, you know, about to complete certain cycles that don't serve us anymore. So don't feel like after this full moon, Scorpio, oh, well, my new beginning hasn't started yet. Well, yeah, like there's going to be, you know, maybe some time in between where things don't seem like things are happening yet, but it's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of things settling in. And maybe there are some still challenges or things you have to deal with or realize before you can move forward. But don't take it as a negative. See it as, okay, I'm almost there. You know, celebrate the victory again, like what I got with the Three of Cups. You know, take it as a win, and then take it as, you know, I still have, you know, some more work to do. And this, you know, this is going to happen through our lives. You know, spirituality and like ascending, it's, as long as we're alive, there's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be things we're learning. We're always going to have, there's certain things we're always going to have to do because, you know, life is a journey. It's not just a destination, which again is another quote, I know, but it's, so don't feel discouraged if you're like, oh, what else do I have to deal with? What else do I have to go through? You know, it's just a part of life, right? And from the Archetypes card, so I pulled one for this full moon, and we got the Slave card. So, you know, each card has a light and a shadow attribute. So the light says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So again, this is about with your choices, your free will choices. Do you want to be free? Do you, you know, want to move on with your life? Do you want that new beginning? Or do you want to stay chained to what doesn't serve you? So do you want to be a slave, or do you want to be a free man or free woman? And then for after this full moon, we got the Judge card. But I didn't get this as like in a judging way. I got this as, again, as balance, because if you look at the scales, it's all about balancing. So, which again, that, you know, there's quite a few cards that I've seen about balancing. So it's, you know, we'll become more balanced after this full moon, as long as we, you know, we each do what we need to do. And also I want to point out too, as a collective, as each of us do our work, as, you know, we're more and more getting into this light energy, it's helping the collective. So don't feel like it's just helping yourself, it's also helping others as well. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so now we're going to get into, so you have the energy oracle cards. And again, with this full moon, we got the all tied up card. So do you want to be bound like this lady here, or do you want to come undone and be free? Because what came in after was, it was interesting, a man holding a coin and women holding a coin both came out together. And again, it's like these coins to me, I wasn't getting just like material wealth, I was really getting more spiritual wealth. And then also the goddess of the moon came out, which is perfect for the full moon. So it is showing that abundance, that spiritual wealth, that being able to be stable. And it's, you know, again, and it's like we got the man and the woman. And, you know, with feminine and masculine energies, you know, a divine feminine could be in a male body, or a divine masculine energy could be in a female body. It's, you know, I'm not saying, you know, so even if I say masculine or feminine, it doesn't have to mean by who you are in your physical body, if that makes sense. And then also, we all have, you know, masculine and feminine within us, and we want that balance within ourselves. So this is also, again, about balance as well. Okay, so I pulled from the Angel Answers card, and for clarifiers, one was Ask Your Angels. So it is showing if you're needing clarity on your own situation, like asking for, you know, guidance from source, from spirit, from your angels, whoever you call on, because, you know, everyone's going to differ in this reading. And also, like, I'm a big believer in we all have the answers within ourselves. So yeah, it's always good to, like, you know, watch videos like these and get some clarity. But also, you know, the best person to help us is always ourselves. So that's one card. We got improving health. So again, as we're clearing any blockages, we are improving our health because, and this isn't just, health isn't just physical health. It's, you know, spiritual, it's mental, it's emotional, because ultimately everything affects one another. So if you're, you know, have blockages in your chakras, or, you know, you need to clear them out. So after this full moon, it is showing more, you know, you could be more in balance, because if you have a, you know, a chakra blocked, then, you know, you're disrupting the flow of all of them ultimately. And if you're like, Heather, what is a chakra? What does that mean? It's the energy processing center, pretty much. It stands for wheel. But yeah, it is showing that, you know, our health improving, and it's not, again, not just physical. And then also we got perfect timing. So it is showing that everything is within divine timing, everything's aligning for us. But again, you know, a lot of this is also dependent on our free will. So if you do your work, you know, the universe will provide and things will happen in their divine timing. So if you feel like, why haven't things happened yet, it's showing that, you know, don't lose faith, because everything is happening how it's supposed to. Okay, so then I pulled cards. I don't remember which is which, because again, I did this Monday, but I remember pulling one set for romance and one set, I think, for divine work. So I believe, but again, this could be flip-flopped, and again, you'll have to just take what resonates for you. I believe for romance, it was peaceful resolution what we got, and within the next few months. And I believe divine work was if you believe in a year from now. But again, these could be flip-flopped, so, you know, maybe it's just about, you'll have to take which one you feel is right for you. But if the romance, it's showing a peaceful resolution, for, you know, some people, it's going to be about, you know, maybe about someone from your past showing up that you are supposed to either have closure with, that's going to help you, or someone's going to come back that you're maybe going to give it another go with. And maybe this time will actually work because you're both in a better place. And it is showing within the next few months. Again, you know, that could differ for everyone. And then for divine work, or for those of you who feel that this resonates for romance, you know, a year from now, if you believe. So I'm going to take this as for divine work. So divine work is like, if you believe in yourself, if you just go forward with what you feel you're guided to, and don't let your doubts to creep in. And, you know, a year from now, you could be successful. And successful doesn't just mean, again, material. It could be, you know, you're doing something that you feel is your joy, is your passion, you feel like you're, you know, happy because you're doing something of value, of worth, something that maybe you could offer, or something that other people offer as well, but it's just in your own unique way of shining your light. So if there is anything like that you're feeling guided to, it's kind of showing you that you just need to believe in yourself and do it and go at it, and you will be seeing the results. So, and this could even be about, maybe it's something you're starting and then you're actually seeing in the physical world where you're able to do this more as your steady stream of income. Because of course, when you first start something, you know, we all have bills to pay. It's showing, so it's maybe showing, okay, like even if you're starting on something or if there's something you have been working on for a while and you're feeling like, why isn't this taking off? It's showing maybe, you know, a year from now that you'll actually see those results. So have hope and just make sure, you know, you're not letting doubt interfere. Okay, and then last we have the good tarot cards. So I pulled some cards for what is releasing. So the Three of Fire and the Ace of Water came out. So what I was getting from this was the Three of Fire is like moving, like see how he or she is in this ship looking thing, moving forward. It's like that forward momentum, but also I was getting that this could be, again, relate different ways based on your work, you know, career, divine work, or romantic relationships and partnerships. So it's maybe showing, like, for those of you, whether, you know, you have a lot of options or opportunities in the sense of you have different jobs and work that you do, and you've kind of, like, they're not necessarily giving you all satisfaction, you know, you feel kind of scattered, you know, you're, like, have a lot of irons in the fire, and this ultimately could be about romance-wise. You know, maybe you're dating around a lot, or you have, like, different people that you've been back and forth with, and it's just, you know, it's not giving you what you desire. And then the Ace of Water is coming in, which is the Ace of Cups, and it's showing that, like, moving towards one. So whether that's one energy, one person, you know, one, you know, divine purpose, one, you know, career, it's showing about moving away from this energy of, I need to have all these options, and being like, no, this is the only option because this is all I want, this is all that resonates, this is, you know, what fulfills me. And some cards that fell out after that were the Hierophant, which I was hearing Ascend, and then Five of Earth. So what I got from this is about getting away and ascending from this lack mentality. Because ultimately, sometimes when we give ourselves too many options and we can't settle on one, it's because when we settle on one, all other options fade away. And that can be scary because then you have an opportunity to fail, you know, and so people, you know, could be trapped, you know, in fear because they're like, oh, if I do, you know, not settle because, you know, settle could mean something else, but it's like, oh, if I do decide on, you know, this is the path I'm going to go down, like, you know, whether that's, oh, this one person, I really love this person, I want to be with them, but, you know, or it's, again, about career-wise, I'm just going to go for what I really want and, you know, put all my energies towards this. So, again, it's about getting away from, oh, I need all these options, you know, because ultimately that could be out of fear. So it's ascending beyond that, of that lack of fearing that you won't have enough by just having one. And then what I got for what's coming in, so King of Air, and then the Seven of Earth. So what I was getting was all these ideas we have in our head of what we want to create, you know, who we want to be with. It's like all this mental energy, we're going to see it coming into our physical reality. So that's what it's about. It's about whatever we've been dreaming about, whatever we've been focusing on, our mental energy on, you know, whatever we've been wanting, we're going to put action and also see physical results of things manifesting in the physical reality. And then the Fool came out, which is about new beginnings. So that's what we got there. And then what we need to release was next. So the Ten of Air did come in, which is the Ten of Swords. So that is a card of endings. So some people could fear this because typically in, you know, a lot of decks you'll see like a man, you know, on his stomach, like with 10 swords in his back. But, you know, focus on this illustration, which looks prettier. But again, this is about like the endings, the completing the cycle. So by allowing yourself to complete patterns, you know, have endings for what isn't serving you, you know, you've done your work. Yeah, it's gonna, you know, we got the Tower card then. So yeah, you're clearing away a bunch, because like the Tower, again, in most decks you'll see like the Tower just like crumbling and everything. Like I have one deck where it's like a guy is flying out of the Tower, and so but again, this is a much more pleasant imagery. But the Tower ultimately is about the Tower, crumbling down. But from there, you could start building on a firm foundation. And after that, we did get 8 of Earth. And if you see in this card, like, look how out of the cello the tree is growing. So if you allow things to crumble and, break apart, fade away, whatever they need to do to, be released or cleared or let go of your life to have this new growth, that's what you need to do. Okay. And then, so for guidance, after that, it was the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles again, which we got earlier in the Gilded Tarot, and the Page of Earth. And I asked for a clarification from the Fairies card, and we got marriage. So again, this isn't just about, finances and career. This is also about our love lives. So the new beginnings are love and career. It's just all like across the board. Okay. So that is the cards that those are the cards that I have pulled for this full moon in Scorpio. Again, you'll see that a lot of the same cards or themes came up. Take what resonates for you. Everyone's going to be different. This is a collective reading that I did for Lightworkers and or Twin Flames. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am available for private readings that I can fit into my schedule. So, if you reach out to me, I can definitely let you know when we could get you in. And then also feel free to subscribe to my channel so when I release my next video, as well as follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I am just getting going, but if you, would like to see my future videos, please keep in contact or, keep tabs on social media. And I wish you all a great day and great full moon in Scorpio. Let's clear and release what no longer serves us so we could all be ready for our new beginnings. Okay, take care, everyone. Love and light.